shan krofo to musika 1 billion Ghana cedi mpanfo kirem say wo kwa akwaje
Esabi ka we ho ne abon be dede nam enanwumre ti ba bia wo bia be ka ye ho Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram ba bia wo bia no wo de ba ibenya daje bubum se gon e de ama na ne African bra Robert Rastaman and so de wasa cheche e de account videos ne be piagum se wa asofo di bi o obi dum ye edu ku mene
nana ade mononkum
Yanye brena fe ye mongura ensam na nkasa mu ye hya ase de a eje nya beduru ni nyina da ene se ene de na sentrofo kabomu kuo abasobode a ye de man sentrofo esanse yase yekoba de site mi boapa amani pakro no wotimi nya hoden ehye ni nkran sade ye be obetimi aye adwuma no wotimi aye ni ye de toso aduonu enkono ye de hye so na ne asantuma ahin krokuma ase manhia ahimfie ewo ne koso na ne opemso na nkasa asantuma wuro wotufo se tutu ababi onyamekese wo kopie mu ewo hosas na Ghana mampanyini woti brekese a o mangana ye bibia ye bia etwakwahwe ne nase se krikra John Dramani Mahama wono su kopie mu hobi na abasobode ne kokoso na afi eduru ye baabi a ye bebo ni akaso akan radio program of the year nesa kankasa mu no dwumadi a chese ye dia kankasa na eka boama mu afri krenkren kosi kranka obi age atomu sa adane odoso podu a wada hwene mu ahwene bodom no a chese ba ko da pimu pebi enkonya boama nga na hu twa pa eyekosi sai awurade asempa fm kosi sai a Philip Osebozu wono ne chiame ne ja wodi ho chiame sazo no mahene kwabra sante seben miakasa miticha wono so ka hu bie Dominic kwakutwum ani wo mo maka nyina Bengazi mu nyina ta kire mu bo mu chi dombo ma donte seto enya chiginafo na to etie kwawi ase ne yase best aka radio program pa wo magana ba bia ni ho entakracha ne yefa hye kosi sen ene wo mafo hye ase so mu bisa so na eba e bia aka TV channel a hefa pa wo mafo hwe be ko ne yase wo kasa wa na asibroni won tade na Adom TV wa hefa bia ye pekrama refia yensa ye bi da ho kofa enso nyame ye etia ye bi da ye bu afono no eno ya Adom TV ye kase ye be ye so ma ne ye fe ye wazo ye ekowiase Adom TV ne ye entakrache eni asi wo se ye neni obehia se de ye koda ho se kutu se bam a che se utum se ai adwuma na ye boy ne ho abamfaso na Ghana mampanyini John Dramani Mahama kugina simpie ne apaso e kasa ye se sentrofo adwuma die na ho hia pa esa se yada ne ntamgyinafo se bibi koso na sentrofo anka hwan na ekohunu se obi di o manga na bode na sentroni wanya nwhwemu a bibi mu afifi mu afa ma monte a hwan na ekohunu na so bewiase na nipa bi de sentrofo to tankuru bom ebi mutimi de sentrofo suntam eda ne Roma ya sore dom boma no pawia ne anwumbre se wo hu ni nua wo de bra Facebook ni YouTube be hard fefe koso na GJ president dwumfo wo kunkon a chese wo ni kotu a wo na wote wo pemso enchen na mampanyini so eto aso a utum se dwumadie na ekoye na mampanyini waso anu kra wo ye sentroni kan sabi bibi ntri ene wo ma ne kwanta kakra ntri se koba se bia obi de ne saka sentroni e kana ko machine se dwim ni nyina da ene sentrofo bo adwuma wo be he no wo sentrofo ho ban.
The integrity of the media must be safeguarded from both external interference and internal decay. When falsehood flourishes, democracy suffers. When sensationalism displaces substance, citizens lose trust. Now also enable hate, defamation, impersonation, and cyberbullying. Therefore, the Cybersecurity Amendment Bill 2025 and the Misinformation and Disinformation Bill currently before Parliament are not meant to restrict expression, but to safeguard citizens and uphold truth in the digital realm. I recognize that the GJ and civil society have raised some legitimate concerns. Let me assure you that these concerns will be addressed transparently and constructively. Our aim is to extend the ethical standards of traditional journalism into the digital space without infringing on constitutional freedoms.
Ghana mampanyini no na atese wode nsam atudwane na no achei ena wo kiremu ese unsa na santam wo hia sentrofo ema wo ye na adwene so tirim fan ya kiraman kyew ye paya fase ya pra wada into mafo mu sebisa ne sensem eno ma wodo ekoso o manga na eja wada ne oti breakfast e dia se panyini tiri ho ene ehia kuma na otiri sonso eto twede emfomo da eti wo bia de da na kuma pono so bia emo bi sebisa no wono so eyia no wase nye weni bredi kan ya wo be yo wo beto akoso no aye se de be ya no ma hodo a ekoso bia wo mafo tiase bia no ai wo mu bisa no so benya daje no wayia no modem ba wo bo bia ni kire ne bia ye konyina da na Ghana Disha TV.
My administration will continue engaging directly with the media. The interactive session I held on 10th September marked the beginning of a series of regular dialogues between the presidency and the Ghanaian media. The next such interaction will take place next year to commemorate the first anniversary of my government. We're also reactivating the Media Development Fund after extensive consultation with stakeholders. The fund will support capacity building, welfare, investigative journalism, digital literacy, and safety training, ensuring that journalists can work confidently, competently, and securely.
Eti mampanyini ya no na nuachire eni yebisa ne se wedie akwanya pa na aba ye fa wonwam ho atudomo ni nyina da ene se na sentem sentrofo wo ne Environmental Protection Agency for wo mo kwakodi dwuma wo mo kwahwa hunu se efidi ahodo a ya di tu gala wo mayi mu a ese mfudie ese nsase ni suasua efidie so de ode ahwede ba fio na de nwansa ba fio efidie ni wo ho a ene wo mafo nya kwanya na afi watimi akose ye fudie ntine ne na efidie no kra no ye ma ne kwa kra ma ne nkoso e ma asem bia nkonkoba etine ne wo mo kwa na chese wo mo achichi fidie no wo mo chichi fidie na na ase bia chichi di pa bia wo ho na fidie no de ba hye ne ye twaja atum so wom ni ahye de na asem de na asem ko se trentu a na asem asa afedie ko wi ase wo mo ko ba bia ye tu fo mo gudi a wo mafo wo mpotamo se sokoto kwa pe wo mati kwa pa ne ne aferi mpotamo ho ata dadwene ehwo na asasem esi ye nsentropho miensa ai nsentropho miensa se na jimaka ho ai ena ko bi mreku ye ko bi mreku yo masom Israel FM ne crossover ye de bramo bia no de atoso ai kwana wasa de ye wie wa aboboa no etu over to jola timuso mo nkran ko bi de akire ko bi wo ko no akutia bese ekɔ wi asem ko pa bibia bedie ne mbede ne nam hyen wo mode nam no se nkrofo ni tuom so sa o nkrofo ni tuom so sa ko mu gina wa hwe anko mo stamp wo mo bo so na ja wo mo so ya ma dwene se wo pabu ato aba no ma wo no so kaka ne nipa bebi obetu akosie ntuom dwane wo mo hyen benya nkwanhia nya wurade kra na bamu a ka wonsem kanya kamla ma ba kokra de yese ne nan emu buse pum a cha se no oda ne awro sem de yese mampanyini asem wo nyina da wate no ase ho wate wo be hwe no watu ho ana ma obia ne ho bo mu bia mra ne ne bedi.
My administration will continue engaging directly with the theme of tonight's event reminds us that protecting Ghana's future requires a united stand against illegal mining, popularly known as galamsey. This is not a matter of convenience, it is essential for our very survival as a nation. The fight against illegal mining is complex and challenging. Illegal mining has so deeply ingrained itself in the fabric of our society that despite the obvious damage it causes to our environment, entire communities mobilize and confront security personnel when they arrive to combat illegal mining operations in their areas. Only yesterday, I received news of an accident in which some journalists were injured as they retreated from a community mob attack on EPA officials and security officers. I wish to notify communities that attack public officials and security personnel performing their lawful duties that firm action will be taken against them. Yesterday, upon receipt of the news, I instructed the Chief of Staff to contact the journalists who were injured to check on their health and assist with settling any hospital bills incurred.
Eni ayokotie ye Ghana mampanyini John Dramani Mahama.
Yanto aso na yankonsem fufurum se de ahenche no eso yen ene ye de kwa no na ya tie sensem fufurum a panimpa wo bo man mu a ene TCDA nwei ne tofo bom no enam de ama no so no uchire mu ya Tree Crop Development Authority panimpa wada no aye Dr. Andy Osei Okra enenei wadi atodwa ewo tamale wabra wo office ahodo ene ne wo hwe abiabia no ene wo kyerɛ mu sɛ ade ba ko tete wo mu enei sɛ mpanimfo ahwepanfo na nsifam a ebe kakra nkuto ene wo akwada foforo a ene otimi de srasra no a ene enkanka nyame boa na atimi kwa wo ba ene otimi yamia na babia ne tu achi hɔ kɔ no wotini piapia hɔkɔ soro a ene akura ne nyini no ne na asifom a o se dadwa kama na nkuto ne na abetodwa sɛ nkuto dua no enkrofo bi Ghana de hye bi ahyase ene okoduru hɔ a se bi twa togu ene se bi twa tugu ene ne panin de atodwa kyerem so ade kokɔbɔ mu ɔdene kwa ma Ghana de hye nyina we wɔ ne baako wan kan mienu da wa ya betu senkutodu ya wode sekan anase do man machine akwese hu na tron ne wo chem se yechiwa emra ne no bedi no nyono wo wie ne kasa enu wo kyerem se sesi a waba ne de ebra som se wo mo aye nkuto wo man mu sa industry no so no empanifo timi bo ho ban na pepepe yo ene yakoma won so.
During the 2025 World Share Expo, we agreed to work closely with traditional authorities to end the indiscriminate cutting of share trees and the illegal use of chemicals to destroy them. In the scheme of things and the act, it is now offense for anyone to cut down a share tree or to use chemical. Individuals caught in this act will be dealt with according to the law, not according to anybody's begging us or anything. TCDA, through its enforcement partners, will monitor and ensure that the sector is properly streamlined. We also have harmonization of data, share data. We have made significant progress in harmonizing share sector data across Ghana through development of a new administrative system, and we are now mainstreaming all this data and information captured under the value chain.
Enti wei aye Dr. Andy Osei Okra ntiwe no efoma gudie to namra kwa so ebi twa nuagu no enya honko a o enya honko a edua so edi enkuto no ebi twagu entiwe no galamsey versus enkuto ene ye twa nyina na panini ne kasa ba wieye na Northern Regional Minister John Ali Adof enso kasa ye na nisim wodi tu dwa no enti ono so we.
I wish to call on stakeholders, both government and non-government organizations, to take keen interest in the work of TCDA in the region and collaborate with them to create a robust ecosystem that will support our farmers to grow various tree crops in order that we maximize the full benefit of TCDAs present in the region. And the authority to seize the opportunity to invest into scientific research on the share tree in order that we come out with an improved variety that do not take too long to grow and fruit.
We are Northern Regional Minister John Ali Adof. Nene Arauti.
Adom 06.3 and Yanuma 94.7 104.5 kasi aboni ye guzwa ye de ema wona ne yakoya ni mu akopia mu apoema ntema panyimpa National Security one liaison officer or your friend Francis Adom pre bo panyini Adom pre ne kasai wose pepe was ni pe o kama Ghana de hyenyina that be sense koba se bi o mo kwa galamse adwumadie hu Naimos National Anti-Illegal Mining Operations Secretariat ni atwa ni tia kana Naimos omo ye bambofo ya pa wo mo so wo nkonkɔhwɛ yensu wansu ye mfudie na ebi enso no ye akua awodo no so ye betumi abɔ ho ban na wobekoi wobonse asase no so aye predada na ne odi drone twa shot pa na hu o manga na nsase de galamse fo aye na wonhwe obesu ama manga na akwa when was ra asa akra kakawurura 22 ho no wobonse de dem saa ntisuo no wobe ya sese nsuo ne nsuo bi wakra yasi no yasi nsuo kwan esutene ya ko kwabrane atwa nyankrompo anim ene bonsemati ko asi kwan no wasi nsuo ne kwan ade ya wotu fam agudie etunya yi sika kokko ni wie na so to aduane didi wie wonu nsuo na aduane no sabe ya de dwonso na ba be no anana so manfo se abita na wabata na bi wa ya kana so nyade o mo be fa na no no panyini ya no dompre wodi tudwa se eto da bi Naimos fo be ko se asoma wo mo yasi asoma isabe banyansafo asoma na motenten so o mon kono mko cheche nkrofo afi wa che nkrofo na wie no wo be so ohiri bi wa hye ne yomo kama no wa fra ne ntoma no so wo fra wutum se ekopodua mo bibidi mo bibidi adwabia ne ntuo na fe ne chacha wa kan se tenkon chacha no wo hwa ni mu asentete miro wo betumi ahwe onim kura wo mama na ye wo bo so de aba wo ba ya ne nsan pempena de han mates mo achi mo faase bi na mo faase ne no we de hyenti munya no wo panyini kirom se ne ne wo yo hene na wo ba wonim begu asese wo bowa wo munya ne nya ne kira na amanyofo so de wo namu ya chi obi no bo se amanyofo no makoboabo amkrofo no twobo ye ya ni abre kwa mu anya na ya ntia se mamo wosene ne mu besu ahye amamunisi ɔhwe enya dia safo no mbeja ntimunya nan mosufo no omunye omadwuma bo panyini Francis Adom prenesem no
ene ye nananom ahemfo nso no ye wo ebuo pa de manananom ye bu nananom ye do nananom na ye besre se nananom nso nyi omu fi saadie mu because say no so ye nana na do hu kohyem na wo kohye kutupa de ntuo ni niema koma amanfo a security fo no ye beba ye bechiw se na emra no eni wadi se ne yese fata ana omo dodo no nso de land gas eni estate developers mbi de land gas nsem enso wura ha ena om di atuo ne se nana bi wo kra na okoye yi kakra bi a na ye di ntuo life ammunition na ye fire na ebi ato because nipa na omo to atuo no omo nye well trained enti no na nanse ye bi siye na akobo obi na nipa na ahwere ne nkwa na akobo obi na nipa na ahwere nkwa. It has become one too many and we will not sit down and watch until ye nyina ye make sure say ye be ye ne ese ene ne fata na o man no atimi afa no ntoma kwafra
opanyine Adom pre wa mana so bo wie ye ene wo se opadoma koma smatia ena abo abrewa na saadi na omafo pese na most popo mani kire wo mo ena he na yempre ena munim na mo saka ya fidia ne no mo betwe no nkro no enya de akusie nti bi da no no ntrem sabe inufu opieto bode senya de on tv da ana wo hu bi da ne inufu tebrebe enti sa wo ye wa adwene sa odi ani ha na ebu omo so oba mu se yemfa ni ha ne nkwa prinkins makrom na motie krom azu enyi nkonya enti wo de ba wo mo de be wo so ehunu bi antimi wo
na sese ne e ba ne se security for koye omadwuma na empanfo bi ni nipa bi no mo ehihye emreboa no ne mrante nam se omu interest bi omwa omode say yensa asinti no no makohye akire na omu ka kire emrante ne se mummo chenku mummo choboi na munko tunse eye security for no so na sese no eastern region had ye allow sa e masade no enkoso enti obi aba be she okutupa se mun kam humbom na mun kotunhye eye security force no ya den security for no yenso no ya boaboa ya ho ye be hia mo paaye because ya krokro mo animu akasa animu aye bibia esefata esese ye na se mo be koso ha na afedie mo di bibia to nchen na security for na president atu asi wo se ye meye adwuma mfa mo a oman no nkoso no omonso na mo beto ahyede a ye ntina ho ma aba enna ho emakraman enkayen
wachami ani masabka wasana na wasuma wopanyini Francis Adom pre eno no ukopiemu apoye mantamu a wono ne panyipa national security liaison officer woye officer pa apoye mantamu eno wasubuadu a fabe waso na yankrokro wo de fabra wankasa obete pawo yenkoyenim
why are super weekend news memne da nwumre de eguso yekenka de ma okisa no so saka safidi wo mu ye mako wa hane adronum yensa wo munyina fansam na to apete na mum headquarters no ankasa ni o Adom 106.3 asempa 94.7 ana afi wa santimantem enhira no abusu bebre na yenkwansam fufuro mwen na santem beto odwase ene ubaka ya gomwa empatem wonfimfin mantem beto odwase ensuo paatimamufuo benom ho akwa atweze kantete baya ene nya asem ketwa emposo benya bia nomnom ebu akura no a na eni hye dan ne enei na no matena nkunwa wo eye gomwa adwuma ko oman hina ho eye obrempon krampa a otosudu ba ku ne nei ene wo mo akasa dambua ba ku ho ene afin ni keka bia ni ho wadane adiama Ghana Water Company Limited se empanimfo nye wo mo akasa nsiesie dam no enya mfidi e woso ode beka ho e won fa meka ho afeso no akade betimi aboa ama ene wo mo di nsukrogen ama wo mo anom no mpanimfo na hwentoto no yoma sanse mpanimfo bu be se e wo boka hira ne yeso wo enei gomoa adwuma kofo na no kirem so mo boka hire wo mo di ama Ghana Water Company Limited for so wonye no mo so nso anioma na nioma wo so nyina so obehwe na nsukrogen wode dam ya mo mu mpanimfo betimi hwe akeka nioma bom no mo so enya nsu papa nom
yankasa ye wo dam kese pa wo muko bakodo na mepede na nanom ye pede enne ye director nankasa wa be ye ba manko akokoshe dam no a very large dam nanka ye de dam no ye de Ghana Water nanka wa hwe nanka we generate su a obohwe gomwa na no kwado nyinara anka ye mbre nsu bio anade say one want this sora ye bohwe nanka wa partner with an investor nanka investor so be so wo nanka wa hwe ma ye ndi su na bia bio when my man you for kakra na me wahia na edwon de no odi yeto anamo na ye boto pay na kase n'enyim na kwan na mdo a gomwa na wi ni banana nkwa do so na de nara ye wodam kese a obetum na ya supply so de
na wei eye omanhene a owo gomoa adwumako obrempon krampa a otoso du baako enene ene wo mo akasa dam wo ho wo mo de ama Ghana Water Company Limited se wonye na ene won fa ma omu nsukrogen no ntime nom na owie ye na panyina wo hwa kire se ene epanimpa a wada Ghana Water Company Limited ya no eye Adam Mutawakilu wono so kasa de chese aseda piesie aseda mu ohwam aseda hye Valentin boot ko ma manhene se na no waya dia pa na kienya ni sei da bia nka beboa am yedwumadie atimi akwanimu.
First, we know that the Konyako treatment plant had challenges. As you're all aware, I was there myself, and for almost more than a month, it never produced. And also, it serves a lot of districts within the central region. So my visit first is to see other alternative way of producing water to add to the existing capacity, and that is what has brought me here. The paramount chief said, yes, there's a dam, so if I could pay a visit to it and see how the dam look like. I'm here, I've looked at it, but I'm not a technical person. So I've promised him that within a week, I'll send my technical team to do the assessment and advise accordingly. So as I'm going back, in the course of next week, the team will be here to look at it. And whatever report they have, we'll have discussion with the chief and then find a way. He has made it clear that if we have financial challenges, there are some investors that they can link us, they can help sort funding from.
Entiwe brofo ka nyina tofa bom ni se wo besuma ama wono ankasa ene ye ne mba ne nkrofo akwa dam no mpanifo de ama omo no na chese omaya assessment atutu bibia se bibia ye oka ne no ano no cali forward eno anso omo kom we aye acting managing director at the Ghana Water Company Limited Adam Mutawakilu ne ne na wuti ye
Yanko ya ni Adom 106.3 ya ni anu masepa 94.7 Isha 104.5.
Why are you laughing?
Hey, mebeka ube what kroti ya mesre na ayi baby ya edru so say Afro barometer for my yehwehwemu di aba monten me pacho ya Ghana ni amotrim nyo de wate me otrim nyo de pa Afro barometer is database na omede ba monten no yesi upembrashe bedwafo pa ewiase afa na nyina da globally o makosku o mtebrofo abise japa Ghana yetosonson yemra shebedwafo o ma bentan awurade jai wo bonwa na eba abibrem ha nyina yesi Ghana ye ne edikan yedi first ama chese eba parliamentarians embrasho bedwafo pa si yenchu omontena se yefa Togo nyina ha yefa Burkina nyina ha yefa mama ahodo ni nyina ha Mosikro Burkina Faso yefa ayi Ivory Coast ayi Anagoton Alataya Nigeria nyina ha pa ni yefa nwoma nwu ho si yenchu so hwe appear on the paper. Ghana, oh, Agwina, ye quarter da ye defense. Now, when a special assignment desk, hey, Adom TV, Adom FM, Assad, ja editor, Kwasia to my idiot in Mwena root, Nyako, Mam Nyako, friend root, no. About root, about root, Nyako, idiot, now we not was and gown, to minus was. Womaki canning in album, na chow ye quine. One and I didn't to a true the Unquaniumra, Abaso body pa Ghana, Brashabija for edge, it will be asking.
Savannah Chene, a Ukraine made di Jumadia, Ghana Brani, Ghana Mrasibija for Erika and Mrasafua, woman Madiano, Yasaf and Enina, Ghana Toso and Son, Ebane Bibremu Famusua, Yen Yuri Edikai, data a free global legislators database, and the Afrobarometer, Echimwa, Ghana Mrasibija Fieno, and Nim de Four Abohoma Pay, Senior Masters and Okra, Ebiko Nimua Kukudru PhD.
It's a source, no, credible. Now, Umashisha Niamina Kama, say, Yanya bad, sir. But before say, there were a lot of work to do in terms of, say, politicization of issues. There is a partisanship element in a play role. But aside that, I think, say, if we have most of us, whether in this MP, we are well educated. MP near the intimate profession. We be parliament once or maybe we were two or maybe. Yeko school to acquire knowledge. So that maybe all the knowledge in my it is not for us even as members of parliament, but for a country called Ghana. Because once they are practicing legislative democracy and action, there is something in Ghanaian parliament that other countries on the continent are trying to look at. I believe say even this in some way, some peer rating also influence it. And yes, as a country, we must be happy for it. Say, but it doesn't have to end there. We need to upgrade it far better.
Yes, you are there to be able to serve the society. And when the call comes and you think that look where I've gotten to, the best place to go is to go and form part of those who formulate the laws. It is good to be an experienced person and come to parliament. When they come in that manner, your laws. So people learn to get higher qualifications so that when they also come to parliament, they can participate and contribute positively to the lawmaking.
Me one man say akwanya I betimi aboa amwa contribute to say to maybe also and as a person, I mean I believe say getting the opportunity now we also have to bring something on board.
Dr. Ebenezer Manolati, a political science lecturer at the University of Education Winneba, Ochirechire Mrenim for Juma Womoye, and this said ye, Wasenka, Wadisuya, and Wajuma Womoye no Ekofa.
And yes, Wutika, I must say, will be any mono, and now you'll be or you're popular, and a year peso come Rashibijam. No. Ye penipa or my dream would be. It's how they say, Ubiko Parliamenta, Yoko and say, Oko Shembra, Edia Magana, you know, Namari do 20 years, 30 years, not some run years, and into the popularity contest, we will scar only to me, a share a handful be woman, Temonum, or no, also to be most cow, but you are fitting you mean Tiaman Empia. We are missing the mark. It's a sea should be a Nadri Mudo, Ubia, or drink equity, Ubi or Mount Dog a winning. Obiting a bois. But you who knows to say, and you be a Waku school Biana, Sabio, Nadri Mudosa.
So, credit degree and as a budding cratano a yadebako. Then so wouldn't him dear Wakusia was a good demo, a bit in your boa, a more mouthful, at sense a year coso a woman so a yasam for fro.
And of course, I'm saying one more pay or a parliament, no owning the costo. Now,
and way a report were a by ye artist a Suko Pimo Ghana Brashabia. Ninian him before Momoya Pia. One minute go a lawyer for a treasure for engineer. Artists are doctor for gums and trophy gum. Nina near Futua Fra. Embra ya two Santini corners and then Musia, Bibrum and another woman Ghana. In a greedy Kaisi embra new for Munima dear pa. For a gench rebra. Now for yanking kind and for man, you go YouTube as a becona watching some way there, what there was your friend patience. Patience, and there what there ben you was MPP, said the normal Zika with the MPP. As me a patience with your bay, yan can't be unfa. Now, where patience on one side be swab by me patch, I'm from Ramako, one on what the baby say, Numus in Sian saying, one a command say, hard in a part. Where's your friend, Philip from Pond, Nedia, what they are, na. was say a rad one mangana mobile, one mangana mobile as a no my ding, and no my ding pa, no watch any by our friends from Poor Manso H. Felix, and then mammy, your friends, Auntie Mary, Omunyanada, a word, so. Ti Filippo and what do we ever yes answer Erica trans message what ya ba one emoji emoji and one no edeba ye and I wish to dia what ya ba Joseph kwasi so die nie was say Adom FM we number 1 and pa we tough na Adom TV ye wado ye ya je abaso body and we shall score you we shall put pepper in your eyes ya je ekusi say aje na mo de amoto mo afie besi mo no Abaswa dia na jesa mo baye no ha ye baji ni nyina afiri mo nsem mo de yenko ya ni ye dia duru so na watwe mo nsem
o pese wo don wo platform dia da watwe asene sibia da biara mi bi da bia ne fa wo radio no transfer Adom FM 106.3 ubeti sem papa show Adom FM 106.3 yeah
ye femi Ivo Nelson mitie Adom Kasebo mo de na yete
you don't know stone boy talking is here me aseman Adom Kasebo na mo de na yete Adom FM
boy today we are na some Dawson e pese mi TV asem someone yes Adom News
Adom FM, it means yeah, I mean that is it.
Benin Cotonou Adom FM so you are far.
You know what time it is. This is where Sakori I endorse that. Now.
I don't know.
Adom 106.3 FM in our watching some and Edru so young mungram na fe yam famro and Adem. Obi message or the boss inquire then a denti and Brashabija for a zin or no my being umunim at the end and a year no mangana quizzes. I will be message or the
and the intimate Yano.
That say ideas on cry. It can't from manager. Woman Gazaku Yano, the young mungram. Now watching Muno swap for her Fisamia Manuel and some sort of woman ye emu. Wo conference and trophy share mude some etu alaji muntaka mubrak ni nyina da ane se efie pinu ne aduonu ene efie pinu ne aduonu nan abato ekoso basabasa ye ekoso ene won kro no bobebu won konta ede kire Ghana de hye ne konta ne nie wo sini pedunum ne to anana no monse do ene ni peduana ne prepare ya ne modem pa wonu ankasa e friends and trophy a ensemu nyina da wo de tuja.
The Special Investigation Task Force identified 12 cases that took place during the 2020 and 2024 general election. These cases had resulted in 15 deaths across the country and well over 40 individuals got injured. The report outlined detailed account of all the 12 cases recorded during the period. The detailed report, which has been submitted to His Excellency the President, also contains the various incidents, how they were brought or got to the notice of the police and actions taken by investigators in line with the laid down investigation protocol and procedure. The report further detailed action taken when the Special Investigative Task Force took over the cases at level initially investigators had reached and detailed findings derived from further interviews.
Any I quote ye ayo so for her fisam ni amanwe won sem so wo mai mu alhaji muntaka mubaraka no na no atire en wose ya wo bubu mama Ghana de che nyina da atbi na sem ni nyina da ene se nipa ebro mo ye hwehwemu mo che wo mo fiempinu ni aduonu nan abato no emu nipa aduonu ba ko 21 wase emu num de ya remande wo mo emu nan wo mo de wo mo enquiry bill yes wo mo kɔ no mo kɔ da fie ebe mu anu wo maba ene bi mo so wo mo ye hwehwemu na wo se ye gya wo mo mo kɔ fie ebi mo so abu agudu a wo madwa no masre wo twe mu nwawa adi nkruma afo mo na ase asambra meka so mo gusu wo mo hwe wo.
The late government, as well as the 4 persons who sustained the gunshot injuries, should be compensated by the state. The report has since been forwarded to the Attorney General for advice and the compensations to the families of the deceased and the injured persons. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, it is worth noting that the report has been sent to the Office of the Attorney General for further actions and prosecutions. As Minister for Interior, I want to assure the public that government under the able leadership of His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama is committed to upholding the rule of law and to ensuring that all those responsible for the violence are held accountable. Government will continue to work with all stakeholders to strengthen democratic institutions and ensure that elections in the country are peaceful.
Aha, ni ayekoti ye wasofo a wonu na hwe fisem ni amanwe won sem so ina te se de ekoso basa ye ekoso fiempinu ni aduonu fiempinu ni aduonu nan wode won sem atoya
na osofo na wotwe mu wa mena so ade tuja ekire mu se ena no ada ma me eye na akoyo ene ewutu senya east abatom pesuan so ko wa mrese bedwani ho ene de tuja wa bra na abato koso ekire mu se ma me ha wakumsin nipa kwa attack no ma ene na nya asem kituo ene be allegation ye ampa nya no yampanya no kore afedi esofo imra monten efamatuja wekirem se ma me na akoyo de abeto abonten wa bra mpanimfo a ye pa wo mo se wonya nhwehwemu emfa saa asem no asi ye no ho ma me na akoyo ka kiro mo se da bi o hwiazi o wo bi akora attack no ne ade a na enum mranim ni bi kasafa ho na wotwum na nsa na no yentie soafo ne nsem no
2024 election violent cases starting with Ewutu Senya East Constituency, that's Kaswa. The task force observed that the Honorable Phyllis Now Koyo Okeno denied that her convoy was attacked. She was nowhere near the scene of the incident. Persons who were involved in the incident have avoided speaking with the task force, while Muhammad Ali and others who were in the Mahindra pickup truck and fired shots from their vehicle have also avoided speaking with the task force. So their opinion have not been established. Muhammad Ali is said to have been flown abroad for further treatment. The late Yusuf Larry Idris died from a gunshot, and those who were in the Mahindra pickup with him know what happened. The driver of the Mahindra has been traced, and further investigation is ongoing. The task force will continue with the investigation.
Na asamia ebeto dwai ena Adom kase na watwimbe bowura mu ne omo animra edi nkomo bu sese so sampaniam pampa mpase ne nuane ampa ma me eye na akoyo ne samo obeka yei sampapa se hwehwemu mesiase na yampasa de okan ne nokra emremudi na ekam ena lawyer John Agbote edi tudwa ekire mu se ahweye na se hwehemu kwa wieye na asem no ma me ne kan ye nokra sampa obi anya ne hwe a wa hwe a obetimi adafiase emfie miensa
base yambo anaso bi atake antake na se wo se bi atake wa na se wa bo utum na waka no emremu no yo mienu die aboni de se no na aye boni na bra onye no o civil right obetimi de wa court ewo na kwanso no waka se wo twantro atonosu anaso wagu ne ho fi enti court nhwe na wo amount people sa e de boni na obi atonosu no empo etumi ebo charge anaso ebo ka ema wotia the person no a police for can be causing fear and panic, and also publication of false information. And also, so Meremo no one said Tiama, he said to me, Eduardo Dinama, and I caught now, yet is accordable. Publication of misinformation in the near criminal, no, I am misbelieving.
Wei lawyer John Agbote ena wade anu ye kakra ba na asemi beto odwase no ena ene ma me na akoyo ene wo friends ntwerofo o memra hye bedwafie ena odi to odwa ekirem se asem no te akura ne ho adwiri no na wono nya sa no kan yo enya sa no kan ye nhwehwemu na beto odwa no wanka so bia te se attack no enti ene wo se soafo ne kaza
government number plates. After visiting some polling stations, I decided to go home because I felt my life was in danger. So I am convinced that at the conclusion of this investigation, the truer facts will emerge. On the issue of unwillingness of persons who witnessed these acts to testify, this is entirely out of my control. There are videos to some of these attacks, and these are available for the committee to aid their work. Friends of the media, does the unwillingness to eyewitness and victims to testify mean these documented acts of violence didn't happen.
Mame na akoyo eye mrasebedwane ma de hia wo awutu senya east na watwe mu sentwerofo nhia mu ofreye eno no ato nanum tuo no
Adom 106.3 and Yanmasempa 94.7 where you naked cause you super weekend news and one you go so I can carry the morona
adai
and say assembly be wa
you so about you say
wow we be truthful
we be too
I know na because orange away said dey call color party ya orange for we say put blue for ye defense and so something mo ya nya kwara sa no bia
nya kwara okuruma ya dim kunim
ai enani ya rekora di ya ko ani mu na watwi mu esutifi no from rasebedwani opanyire beneza akokodo ne ho ba asem ni nyina da ene se ya se nai mosufu akoye adwuma bi hwidiem ne potem nipa bi akoto ahye no so ene omanfo se wo kwato se ye papa nyini bi aboa no obisa sade hye ben ne hye kire enti wedi asem ne hyehye na so makoni omususu se rasebedwani wono ka wo bi no kohye mabuno no kutupa se nai mosufu omonya Stevens omunkosi omabo eno nam so ambo panyini wo ba monten na watwi mu ne ne dwa so sem dwumadie so wono wo mahene kwabena sante na twetwe nkomo obetirim so wono wo bi obeka sa asem ni bia na chese nipa koro no wonim no anwe fita na oto aguga na de hye ne
In fact, Namus Omo Digima and the Bogan and as a message, there's no case here. But at the media, Abai Asafudino, make up for Soretia and Amokofa, more about the Twashonos, 18 secret. And on my way to a year later, there's a meeting did the cost of Hidi, and I'm afraid. Me MP ameno embassy. In fact, me ko ye me for dam ho di tre so ya polo. Me na mi nim panya odi omoni. That was the first time I mean that no one. And the police station on a final block. So myself and the military and the police, we were locked up in the police station. And Sana the regional crime officer Muna Ebabeka. Ya fese di na twaye so
Embrasebedwani a wojira ode ma omanfo a wo esutifi of abatro mpeso ya so Ebeneza kwakuado e na ateso wabesa ni tino na zongo hene a wo potem ho hwidiem ene ne potem ye frɛ no Mohammed Bashiru ono so twemu de ohunu ye
omukra tio de ya ne wo ya antifi no omo yin na basbode ne omo so a we professional work and kasa na omo ka so mo kwa ofa ye ka se ye omo kitapo ayasra fo mo ye mo se ni na no ko ka en hwia ensi bia no abitimasi na mo professional worker omudi ebo mo ahoban ebo transfer ban ebi edika no ye penyini e wa ha ahafo na mesai kramoni me o ma me Quran se me sua na sua aka no kro bia e wa asem nim bia atimuda minim jide se me kokko jina me judgment ani
opanyine ekotie ni afu hwidiem wono ene zongo hene e wo potem Mohammed Bashiru
na ene afu hwidiem wa na watwi asemi beto dwa se ene na mosfo enkrofo kwoto ahye won so apɛ ene bedwam dwumadi edi ni wadum TV so na kasamafo edema asoye hwensase ene mu adodode so eye Mahmoud eye Kabori Mahmoud Kabori ene betena so edutu dwa kyerem se asam no wei enya fe no mbetwe tintintin bia wo mo apa abedwoku no eye hwehwemu fiko de ko so poti
Mame for the cases na me show me no kasa nkwan ne Ghana for nyina nkwan so we've launched a full-scale investigation to the whole thing and we won't buy say the attitude on the no if the investigation leads to that then people will be used as
who investigate it there
see I mean what is it so will be a plan any na a whole community abasa yempene who was involved who was behind who orchestrated it it has to be a product
so
of this
na opanika sawie ya pe na oba enkramantam ha de oboabo adoma no edema NDC amanyekuo eye Anthony eye nupenu enso kasa ye dwumadi ekro no waso ekire mu se animanimu ya ebe ya mrase bedwani ma de hye wo Asutifi South Ebeneza kwakuado empanifo nyini dibremfiri nsem animanimu ya panifo suspend no na hwehwemu eye fiko enkoso nwie na hwehwemu ni koso wie na ne ba ni hu so sabrobe na ne yesa ni tumi ama no sesa kosomo manfo na mmom nka hwehwemu ni ba wie na kobase wodifo a ene suspension no na ko di atro so ene indefinite.
If really that member of parliament was really at the post, then he's an idiot. Excuse me if you say. So, you member of parliament, you know the actions of your president. Now say the president power is operating. Bronibi. Now now you see you aid your youth to overcome them. You have overcome the states. He deserves no seat in parliament. It's a speaker not take action from Nene. Then I don't know what country we are building for tomorrow.
Speaker take action.
Member of parliament.
Speaker may declare the seat vacant.
You should go on suspension first, thorough investigation. Yeah. They should look at the law.
Anthony Nupenu ene boabo adoma no edema NDC amanyekuo ne nkra bata won kan ha ena na wotwe mu wadi tuda.
Na wotwe mu nsama ne eguso a yebo akire edi ama te se de kokko kracho obo sketchy edi ama hwesofo nti babia bo bia eni anuanom asempa 94.7 insha 104.5 asantomantam wo setutu Boulevard de extension one wo mo bata ha ya Adom FM ai ahinkuru na kasa nie na yakoya ni ma ne edi ani ejire mu na abrantia ye frano Edward Kwasi yakuoko Embre bi atwemu akontaman ne wono na otibire kasa no woda no general manager na abaka ya chama wuntumi eneta no numri forest yesi chama wuntumi so bo ayede abo akontaman ne woni nipa bi so omkotu fom agudi o manfa mra kwanso ne ade no se na nka abranti yaku okonko ka ho ene wo man ne se de aye ne de pedansefo entini ye twa na firi asem nim na afi wa be dansefo be dia danse afi de oba montia na watwemu sim ode abeto dware so ate bisane agro no an wo peti aye ka kyerɛw na nesima wo ka nyina da ene sa akontaman ne se numri forest no okowura mkura no oni tumi krata woni tumi krata ne se asema wo ka dia no de no se ho woni tumi krata chese krata no mo hyase o mo ye kwanche ba bia fifi o ba bia eni obusi mozime ene so wo de koyo kutu fom agudi ai ho asema ba no
no numri so de Chairman Woods one the protester or J concession. No, that's the fact.
Well, you're processing.
If you're on any concession,
okay.
You're mechanical.
Okay, to be to us, I say, tell not the first and I was with you. Not only one crab tie, Sefatas away with you.
The Pacho, the Emperor on the first, and so where you must want your weight, it's also a matter for the town. Leave for
the better Yaka said, where you chairman to Yama.
The picture. Piano Beccaviano, meaning the mechanic in Baconegate, or near me, Ebiano, no, Tamaut be a bushing. You are good at Tamaut in one thing. There will be a mechanic of Becatano, said, Nibia didn't mean only when I said Nibia didn't mean, and I need could be the name. And now that you are part of the Banania, or that means to make a jail. I was Tamaut you want now, Yano. So to me, that's the way I understand here. And you make us a way very fair in your assessment.
I was the first day I'm court your radio charges at the chair. Net to say.
Oh, maybe if I understand, normal, said here. Of course, the open and the part of the process, you don't do charge like that. If I'm there, normal.
We shall quite one year the airborne now. Not a more to say a back click while you say, we didn't have me before.
Where do you would, it's unsaid. Because it I'm living on the bow with me up if you think you do know the and you're what? Hey, William. Now, I mean, I'm a course now, to go. But I mean, you're you.
Opanye kwoti ni embrobia atwam akontaman ne wone ni general manager wone na da no Edward Kwasi yaku okono no se yenkadu achi a se aguro ye de ai wo bia pe bakwase wo ana sai na gudie na so bia mpena wo sanka unua no na kawa futu anka de be ma no ka beka so no won ko wo de nya hwe ne chama untumi nko ne empa wutum mfishe dunum ni ade watu ne hofo yenko ye ne
yaku ya ni mu amedo ko ayabunu east mantamu na ayapru east abato mpesua no so na mdo ko na watwum beto odwa se yeji Matias hospital ene beto odwa se ene ababa wa wakwa wo ene ye efupe banchire dem ene ye otwadi ampa dawroma wa chese wa mena nyem abosome nkono bra no so se wo kwa wo akodura ya de sabia ho a ene ye ehwa ye mo nipa bomase ya doso amane ye beto odwa se de adron de na chese efam wa no beda da fam ewo ma chese ekoya rahosam pa ya mane boni Daniel Tachi ene di akira ensem wo de ba ye ni
aha je so nda na de ma da fam ye du ma no ko ansra menya mpano swada aba da me dan po fa ni won ta show de me sa adisha ma jaye sa ma brempo ana pempano so bembe e da no so mu nsu te ma wo ho hire pa wa ha mi se yesra ban kana cho awon bua ba wo so ayebre on hwe no won bua so bia be sida ni de ama na wo de mpade bi so ba kan ho ade bua me de mi sister na ba ha awo so every enano in fact be bia ye ti kura no no sent na ye ku ye no ye ntini na be bia ye da so antuntum ewi ye pa nti me srese Matthias Fostanka mini ombe ya dua ya ye kita ayarefo ene ayarefo ni nyina tuntuma na ana sisa ya ye ba ha ye famu no ye srese nka ombe protect sa de na en afie anoa abrase amai omo ba wo so a omo so no plato omo fa problems bebre mu amin sa award ye mu eye dinso ya anesfo no bi wo kra wo ba na eni ya se obi ba ye na mi hwese wonya ntuapo ye onyamu yeso ye yine se won kofie na mpa na ye ma abreko a
na wawie ye na Dr. Evans na wano na ye acting medical director ewo eho na de tudwa ekirem se enyo mumfum suo a midwife fo ene a doctor fo won patam wo bre pa san se nipa ne ba na eba na enso no dan ne mpa wo moda so no esuantino no kurani wo mo ho kire wo mo.
I wouldn't say directly contributing to it, but I think if we have enough, it will rather help improve our healthcare delivery. But directly, I won't say inadequate equipment resulted in that. But if we have enough of this and we can improve upon our healthcare, I think it will rather help prevent or control or even improve the healthcare we give. That in a long way will lead to the problem of late reporting. So if they come and they can get better care, that will, encourage them to come early. Yes, I would say it's a contributing factor because sometimes when there are people who need admission, you admit them, they get to the ward, and then they realize that they have to sleep on the floor. In fact, the way they look at you, the question they ask you, you can see right that they are not happy. They are not happy at all because imagine enjoying your bed at home and then you get to the hospital thinking you are going to get comfortable bed to sleep on. Then you are told that no, you have to sleep on the floor because there is no bed.
Nipa ya tini kai Dr. Evans na wano ene acting medical director edema yeji Matthias Hospital Wapru East nene ena wuti ye.
Yemfa sira kase emanyumakoi wo mana so yasene ma kase boye timi de bram kasongo kasongo with his eyes. Se ufie tafu a ya na muata betunem ne onufu no maba betunem ne ade ekoba ne say hadwene wo ye ka onufu a you know onufu you don't know onufu enye nofo mi si
senta me pese me hunu to
onufu ye wo
ayo
nipa bi ekobra eno ye onufu onufu
eno ye de kasa nkran kasa ya
onufu onufu ti hwe no afọ adwena kosi be
onufu gwa so
da bi gware minim na gwa so de free bi so
ebi a mechi wo wachi nufu gwa
ti wo wachi ni e frɛ no onufu gwa why ade
onufu se o
eno ye de onufu se
mechi
ti ka de woman ni
nyame nko a
simple
why lucky why lucky
ka de woman ni se so ai edu me onufu sa enu onufu sampacho kasongo we decide bomade aze obenya bie na afei efudie ni nyina da ebeyi afri ho wafu no oso obon ba yesa se ngura ni funu na afei esese no ba ye na nti osaka bie bebo pa ba bia ya tonto agrochemicals obenya bia to Franco Trading Enterprise mobile phones printers laptops air conditioners ni nyina obenya bi okọ www.francotrading.com na francophones.com press order DBS Eric Plus nom dia so yasene eyen chance pa wo bia agi atum ye de boso free aba ye be board na so ma free bone to capra to krudem krabun tuabi na afi yasanso aye estimate e de aka ho han na
Bishop General dia for Facebook dia ba o say blue awe
o say
blue awe
ono ne dia
de ono hu ye no
ana wo na wo kan sa
oh ene ye me nua he
me hu
oh o jagu a sai be he ma no
blue are
o si blue and the bar from awe
yare fa no be
well
yare just o be kam na ya
just me just ye ne fa blue no oh ene si me osan kamanka
na just wine for blue
you know so my name na blue no
David news
oh ene